But it doesn't matter now. It really doesn't. We have Gui, we have Bunny. We're here on what is this? Lion's Castle?
Small Fortress Alliance.
Small Fortress. There we go. Lion's Castle.
Lion's Castle. I mean, there is a lion, so you're at least at that part.
That's true. Oh, Bunny gonna lose his stock immediately. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was gonna say that I don't think she's gonna carry the momentum from the last game into this one simply because Gui is a entirely different player from Kuz. Okay, Kuz is consistent with the neutrals on Greatsword. Okay, we're not looking at a weapon like Greatsword right now. We're looking at Katar's spear. Very, you know, one of them is very methodical. Shout out Methodical Eagle. The other one is just extremely passive and neutral. And on the high attack, you don't really need to hit as often. So I feel like Bunny might struggle a little more with the offstage. Definitely not going to go as crazy against Kuz as the last one. And what am I talking about? Gui is going to carry her across the stage, catching a single dodge into the weapon throw is going to KO in the bottom right. And Bunny is one stock right now, has not even really touched Gui, like, at all.
No, not really. I mean, especially when you're comparing that to the Queen Nai, because that right there is not damaged at all for the Queen Nai. You still got quite a bit to go. Especially if you got two weapons that can't really KO that consistently. I don't know. This is kind of looking like a done deal for this game number one. But, you know, you have 3 games for a reason. Or sorry, 3 chances, right? Or I guess it's 5 games, but 3 chances if you lose, right? I mean, it's 3 strikes and you're out type of thing. So this is strike 1. It appears so. I mean, who knows? I mean, Buddy might be able to do it.
Okay.
He does get the slide
Reverse slide charge.
Yeah, the side stick, very nice, and is able to get that side air, which will confirm the stock. But still, though, like I said, that's 2 whole stocks you've got to work through, and you've got a very damaged stock. And it gets Queen Nai too, and it's only gonna be a couple of hits before Bunny is in that KO range. So let's see what she can do. Maybe work a little bit down on that mental. She gets like a nice combo or something. Let's see what she can do.
I will say, Bunny's dodges so far in neutral have been really on point. Gui just fishing for anything, going for the D-Sig. The amount of damage that thing will do, I'm pretty sure if Bunny gets hit by that D-Sig, she's in red. Just instantly.
Yep.
So gonna have to play this neutral perfect. Gui looks like he's going to be swapping over to the Katars. Got these Shoto lightsabers out.
Yep.
And can Bunny do anything else?
It's going to be difficult, but she's really holding her own right now, gotta say. Been able to work down this stock without getting touched much at all. Maybe 1 or 2 hits here and there, but still, 1 or 2 hits is going to be devastating in this game, especially when you're now at KO percent. Let's see, okay, right now got a little offstage interaction. Tries to go for the side air, but yep, that gravity cancel insig is going to take off the top. Such a powerful signature, and that is going to be Guichabou going up 1-0. And yeah, I mean, I gotta say, if it weren't for that at the start, this one such a closer game, right? I mean, that 10-second stock was very much a game changer right there. So I don't know if, you know, going to this game number 2 with that momentum will carry, or if maybe Bunny will take it in stride, because she was doing very, very well. It's just she was already so low that it was basically impossible to make that comeback. But she did as good as she could. So let's see in this game number 2 if she can channel that momentum into it. But only time will tell. I'm sure Guichabou is going to be putting a stop to that if he can. And so far, he's been doing very, very well. So let's see. No swap going over to Lion's Castle, according to my co-caster here. So here we go. Game number 2.
I think I definitely got to confuse the Suzaku Castle, which needs to be in 1s. If you're listening to me, BMG, please. Suzaku Castle is the best map in the game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's shaped like a hammer, so that's all I need to know. Okay, anyways, we're going into this game. Bunny is already playing on the offstage right now.
Yeah, she's gonna be looking for some cheesy things like maybe like a GCD sig. Of course, those ground pounds can be really deadly. Right now, she's been getting a lot of this aerial damage and just building it up quite quickly. And oh wow, what a pass to herself! Hello.
That was
like played
really
tennis
cool.
Ball, throw it against the wall, and just grabbed it back. Boom! Right in the face. Bunny with a very early lead here. Very much different from that game number 1. Jeez. Okay.
Bunny is just playing chakrams against the wall, I guess. Just throwing it out real quick. There's no real need to do that, but Guichabou are going to be hit by the double Sair.
There's no chakram. Not turret legal yet, thankfully. If it was, we would be cooked. We've been seeing Priya v Priya right now, but thankfully we're not at that stage yet. Please, nerf chakrams, please. Anyway, not important right now. We got guitars instead, which are, you know, I gotta say, a very, very
also
good weapon.
Needs to be on the chopping block, but that's okay.
True.
Bunny is proving that Axe needs to be as well with this great Axe neutral.
Yeah, Axe, I mean,
Guichabou
it's
nearly extending the
over.
string. Gonna get punished for it. Okay, Bunny is just... I see Bunny playing near these corners. Not gonna be hitting the GC ground pound. The GC delay ground pound. That's fine. I see Bunny playing around these corners because her offstage has been very consistent, and we've gotten to see that. Definitely a great onstage player, but just knowing how to maneuver off the stage with the high speed of Rayman, you can get away with a lot. And on weapons that hit so hard, the GCD like ground pound, her narrowing mean it's not going to take out, but it is going to remove the movement options from Guichabou, and that stock is going to be taken super quickly. We are 1-1 now.
Do we have the same players, by the way? Like, are we watching the same set? Because that first game, drastically different. But like I said, it was Bunny being able to carry over that momentum from game number 1, where she, I mean, even though it was basically impossible to bring it back, brought it back as much as she could, and that worked to her advantage in this game number 2. Now Guichabou is swapping over to a different skin, a much better looking skin, not opinion, just facts. And right now they're waiting to get into things. But
honestly, just facts.
I just, oh my goodness.
Snake Empress Nye needs to go. Needs to go. All right. Look, Nidhogg Nye, Date Night Nye, and even like the Explorer one with the safari hat. Sure.
You're right.
Okay, but like Snake Empress, come on. Unless you're running it with what's the color? You know, the ugly green one.
Is there really a color that can save it?
No, either you have to put that on with like the ugliest drip possible, or just not use it. There's no in between.
Yeah, and I
she
think
looks like she has jaundice.
It looks like Guichabou was
color.
trying to make it work. Looking back at it right now on the graphic, he was trying to make it work. Guichabou, nah, not trying to make it work. It's done. It's over.
No.
But thankfully, he's coming to his senses and picked a much better looking skin. And now we're getting into game number 3, 1-1. And of course, Bunny with all the momentum in the world. Only problem is, of course, is that even if she does manage to bring this set to a close, there is one more set standing between her and the win. So it's gonna be a long road, but I'm in it for the long haul if that's the case. We're gonna have to check and see. Get into the map bans. Let's see if we go back to Small Fortress. Has been an ever popular pick. That, Demon Island, and Small Worlds, but mostly Demon Island and Small Fortress are the main picks. But no, we're actually going to a new map now, the Demon Islands. As I was saying, it's usually going to be one of those two, and indeed it was. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this changes the dynamic, because of course those much smaller walls are going to attribute some very difficult offstage interactions, especially with those signatures being the way they are. Both the D-Sigs on Rayman's kit, and then that Spear D-Sig. And I mean, honestly, even the Guitar's D-Sig can be pretty dastardly against the edge with a slide charge. I don't know. Either way, all right, both players already armed very quickly in this game, number 3.
Yes, both players going to be getting it. Okay, we see Bunny already... Her name in-game is Bunny D-Sig. Okay, so, and we've been seeing the Bunny D-Sigs a lot. I'm not sure if it's because Rayman does a little hop before he does it, you know, that makes you a bunny or what, but right now... Guichabou, okay, going a little off. Bunny narrowly having the recovery stuffed, and Guichabou needs to stop trolling here. Oh, picking up the guitars into the recovery. It is impossible to punish that.
A little bit.
And both these players just seem to be going for clips. We're seeing combo extensions off the wall. Bunny touching.
Bunny, no. Wait.
Oh, actually going to be getting back. I'm surprised that head bump happened. I'm not too versed on how that signature works against the ceiling.
It's really weird. That signature really weird. Very nice spot dodge coming up from Bunny there. Guichabou now armed, but gets the unarmed recovery. Trying to get onto the weapon, but gets a nice delay recovery, and that's going to take out the stock thanks to that high damage of Queen Nye. And now he's going to swap over to the guitars, of course, wants to get those nice quick strings. Let's see, Bunny looking for a weapon. I know gets red with that up dodge with the recovery. Okay, Guichabou is starting to build up some consistent damage here. Ooh, not looking good.
Look, that was 7 hits. I was counting them. That was 7 hits on guitars. And only has the Rayman to, you know, a bit dark orange. The recovery not going to take out Guichabou's defense on the Queen Nine. Bunny going to be missing the GC Delight Sayer, but going to pick up the recovery instead. That is okay. Doesn't matter how you KO, as long as you do. I see a little bit of stutter stepping coming out. A little bit of toxicity. I know, but
it's so
Bunny...
funny how that like is universally recognized as being toxic, even though it has like nothing to do with that. Oh boy, that just goes to show. Okay, so right now, Bunny of course trying to get a bunch of these nairs in there. That's how you're gonna cheese a lot of this damage. But wow, I mean, like look at that right there. Oh, that might actually KO. It doesn't, but man,
Orange
was that
to
close.
red.
Tries
by the
it
way,
again and whiffs the instinct. Yeah, that recovery will kick off the top. Guichabou now with a very solid lead. Yeah. Oh my goodness, this is just
from dark orange. 2 hits, both heavies. Okay, I'll give you that. But a slide charge, end stake, and a recovery is all it's gonna take. Guichabou just has the damage lead for sure. Just the amount of damage that Queen Nai can do all at once. Bunny maybe is able to do these string extensions a little better and play the off stage a little better, but look, Guichabou is like hardly approaching the corner. And you can see Bunny baiting for it a lot, trying to get her opponent off stage.
Yep, he is all too aware of what's going to happen if he goes over there, so Guichabou trying to play around that. Goes a little D-Sig, definitely been throwing those out, but yeah, no, this damage has just been crazy coming up from Guichabou, and is honestly, this is kind of the reason why I personally believe strength to be the most important of the stats, because right there, takes off the top of that instinct. I know! Isn't that ridiculous? Is that not ridiculous? That is why strength, in my opinion, the best stat to have the most of, because honestly, high damage is like, bro, on easy mode, alright? Jeez, that was ridiculous. But okay, yeah, so that's me, Guichabou, taking this 2-1. So now it's game number 4, and Bunny has fallen down to the last game, or on set point / tournament point. She's gonna have to win these 2 next games and an entire another set if she wants to take this. But I don't know. I hope that she can bring back that momentum she had in game number 2, because she rolled Guichabou, absolutely rolled Guichabou in that game. So I'm not sure exactly what happened between game 2 and game 3, but hopefully she can see a bit of a return to form. I don't know if it was the stage. I'm guessing not, since she did ban Small Fortress Alliance, but yeah, let's see if she can do it.
I'm noticing something gross. In that last game, Guichabou 412 on Katars and 0 on Spear.
Oh boy. Okay, where's the anger, guys? Where's the anger?
Guys, I need to take this to Twitter. Look. I mean, you understand. Yeah, you understand the wolf hides among the sheep, okay?
2, 1,
very true.
All you gotta understand about Greysword.
Oh boy. Okay, so here we are, getting to game number 4, and yep, Guichabou already throwing out that spear. But no one will get angry about that like they would if Saguz was here, but it's okay. Right now, my goodness.
Oh my gosh, all of that was confirmed. Guichabou, an insane string right there. By confirmed, I'm sure there's at least another read in it, but you know, no dodge, and Bunny, look, is already red. How long are we into this game? We're 30 seconds in. We're 30 seconds in. If that NSIG connected, Bunny would already be losing a stock. I assume under the minute mark, she's gonna be gone, down to 2.
Okay, well, she's trying to prove you wrong right now. Able to get a nice little 3 or 4 piece. Disarmed right now, getting over onto the axe. And Guichabou does voluntarily disarm himself with that weapon throw. I'm sure Bunny will be trying to get the weapon started.
Hey, Bunny, you got 10 seconds.
Yep, Guichabou, otherwise the parlay doesn't hit. Oh no.
It's possible, under a minute. Narrowly gonna avoid that.
You don't cash, your parlay does not cash. But it's
Gui
okay.
actually almost losing the stock in under a minute. And just over 1, Bunny's gonna take that. The GC end light, it's not gonna drop this time. We are gonna get that stock confirmed, and now Gui already wanting to go in for more.
Yes, he wants that quick. He knows that would be confirmed, and there it is. Yep, that NSIG so very strong as a follow-up off of that either side light or D light, and there it was of course confirmed with no dodge. Guichabou over onto the Katars. He's got a little bit, very little, and I mean it's already basically even backed up just with those 2 Katar nairs. But yes, right now, both of them falling into some neutral. Neither want to make the first approach. They know this is kind of a do-or-die moment. Whoever gets this next stock taken is going to have a lot of momentum. So right now, neither one of them throwing out an attack. Okay, Guichabou getting a bit of an open up. Gets one there too as well. Doesn't get the recovery. Bunny gets a nair. Right now, just small little pieces. Nothing huge. This is regressed to a hit-and-run type of game, as it so often does.
Oh, okay, the follow-ups.
Yeah.
Gonna miss the Sair. Bunny not gonna capitalize off of that. Now Bunny is playing off stage. The NSIG's gonna come out, and that is a confirmed KO in Dark Orange. Gui, you need to stop. That is so disgusting. That is so disgusting. Every single time, it's been that exact same way. And Gui knows it. I mean, look, it's so consistent.
He's going for it in white. I mean, like, it's just that good. I don't know. Like, I don't know why no one plays Queen Nai, really. Of course, Guichabou finally starting to take up that mantle. But yeah, in comp play, Queen Nai, basically not ever seen. I think Fiend played him a little bit, or her a little bit. But yeah, no, really just such an underrepresented legend for something I believe is really, really good. I know the main reason is because of the speed stat. I know that's definitely an issue, but still, when you've got such powerful SIGs and such strength and defense, oh man, it's hard to resist. And Guichabou finally taking that up because, yeah, he's going so strong right now. Bunny trying to put a stop to it. Misses that weapon throw thanks to the dodge, but okay, gets a nice GC side play.
Touch.
Yeah. Okay, bring down things done. Final song.
One thing I see from Bunny, and I've seen this across multiple tournaments, is I've been hyping up her offstage, but also just the gravity cancels, just to confirm. Even if it's just, confirming that they have no more movement in any percentage or getting the KO, very consistent at being able to throw those things out. And you notice that it's with moves that seem to hit, like, pretty stacked. So a lot of time for the opponent to read what might be happening and even possibly nair and get out of it. But Bunny just playing the consistent and really good spacing off stage. And right now, speaking of spacing, these players are at the opposite corners of the stage, hoping to bait the other. Bunny getting a nice string extension, gonna keep it going. The weapon throw, opening her up for the axe.
She's definitely playing aggressive offstage. Like, yeah, especially after what happened with the instinct. Oh my goodness. Okay, gets a nice side air. Weapon throw is going to go through, but okay, is able to get the nair. That should be it. Yeah, it is. Yep, that's confirmed.
Yes.
And that is going to be taking things to game 5, 2-2. Wow. Oh my goodness. I just thought that was going to be the end of the set right there. But Bunny trying to make it through and win this tournament. I gotta say, I believe. When she gets going, she really does. But Guichabou, honestly, the same can be said about him. And we saw the very long strings those stars can go on. And they are just so deadly with that Queen Eye damage. I mean, it's so ridiculous. And I mean, honestly, he's not even running the highest damage he could. He is opting, if you look over the Guichabou stats, I don't know if you could see him right now, but he is opting for the speed stance. So that way you have a little bit more movement leeway. And in return, she has taken, Guichabou takes away a little bit of that defense, but still, when you have such high defense, it's not really that big of a deal.
It doesn't matter. 7-7-4-4. Disgusting. Those are Umugi's stats, basically. I mean, what we're looking at, it's absolutely disgusting. So, but that's okay. That's okay. It's part of the game for a reason.
It's the exact opposite of these Raymans, because Rayman is, like, so evened up there with the 5-5-6-6. Yeah, no, very balanced indeed. And she doesn't even run any stance. She just goes with base. She just wants the base stats, if you will. But here we go, get into game number 5. They are on that Demon Island. Okay, Bunny getting picked up already, and wow. Oh, I thought she was going to extend that one right there. Not able to. Guichabou, of course, throwing away that spear, as he has done time and time again so far in this tournament. And he's opting over the guitars. Once again, they're falling into a bit of this backs and forthsies of not wanting to approach each other, but right now Bunny's getting the better end of the stick, which we're trying to get some sort of opening, but hasn't so far. As I say that, though, is able to get a little bit of something going. Okay, yeah, she's opting for that axe. Tries to get the D-stick. Oh my goodness.
Ooh. The nair was dangerous. I honestly, for a moment there, thought that Bunny's recovery got stuffed, but it did not. Guichabou playing so well against the wall. All right. Bunny wasted a dodge there, but is going to get back just fully doing the side sig. There's no reason to stop it, I guess.
No, it is really hard to punish it. It's kind of like with the Radish, or not Radish. I try to call Red Raptor Radish because he's like the only person that plays it. But yeah, the Red Raptor, that side stick on the orb with the motorcycle, it's the same thing. You don't ever have a reason to stop doing it because it's never ever going to get punished. I mean, that is like a 1 in a million type of thing. Oh, Guichabou!
No!
Not able to properly get his options back off stage, and unfortunately, SD's a stock there. Bunny taking a bit of a lead, and I'm sure she's going to try and build this as much as possible. Guichabou on over to the guitars to try and get something like a SIG. Oh, but wait, there's something. Once again, passing the weapon to herself. She has done that multiple times, and one time she got an amazing flip off of it. Okay, so we'll open up, but man, look at
SIG, that. And Bunny's gonna run right into that, saying, me. I wanna KO off the top. And now Guichabou eating up the stocks. Bunny is going to be not struggling anymore to get a weapon. Picking up the axe now, and this heavy hitter is needed against Guichabou, who is just sharking so hard around these corners. I think both of these players want to play off the wall for the easy gimps. And neither of them really wants to play center stage. I mean, you see yeah, look, they're chasing each other from wall to wall right now.
I think that has to do with the dynamic of Demon Island and these walls being so small, as I said when they first picked Demon Island. And yeah, neither one of them really care to do the center stage type of thing. They want to get those cheesy options. Of course, with Bunny, you got the back end of that axe down air, which works really good to clip your opponent's hitbox. Ooh. And then, oh, right there, that side air sitting very, very far. Not able to hit the GCD light, so Guichabou will make it back on. He's still disarmed, but picks up the guitars now. He's probably going to be looking for some sort of string or sig, but isn't able to, and Bunny takes off the top with recovery.
Yep, Gui is cycled now back to the spear. Bunny opting for the gauntlets. Okay, that was a little dangerous. That was a little dangerous. For both of them, to be honest.
No kidding, but I mean...
Now, Gui gonna pick up the spear. Just doing a little bit of spear stuff. Alright, side light.
Nope, no more spear
Gonna
stuff.
throw that out, yeah. Definitely pulling a Kuz right here. Gonna be picking up the guitars and playing with them. Bunny going for the easy punish. And now Guichabou going to be taking the stock just like that with the N-Sig. Every single game.
How many in this set alone, how many N-Sig KOs do you think that Guichabou's gotten? Because it's got to be like at least 5, I think. This is ridiculous.
I remember 5 distinctly, but 6, I think maybe 6. There could be one I'm missing, but like I'm watching the replays in my head right now.
Well, I know that if it is 6, Guichabou is probably going to try and make it 7. Yeah. Definitely making sure that's not happening. Going more towards the center of the stage, Guichabou not really approaching too much. Okay, but there gets a nice open, and man, that evens things up.
Catching the landing, the clash, Bunny. Close to finishing this out. Keep in mind, this is so Bunny's last song for this tournament, and it's taken by the N-Sig. Guichabou is going to be winning 5-3, carried by the Qatars.